have
Hey!
the sound.
It's a patch.
The world is more yellow now. Okay.
Hello there.
Welcome. This patch is brought to you by Crunchyroll and Dollar Shave Club.
I love Crunchyroll.
We're going to talk.
We're
going to
talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were already talking about it. We got yelled at by Ashley.
We can save. I did say. I did tell you to save.
You already interrupted
And then I
one. You
started.
derailed a conversation about
and then we're like,
Crunchyroll.
you know what? I would love to talk about Crunchyroll.
Later.
That's
Anyway.
right. So, hey, gaming news. That's what we're here to talk about. Gus is, I gave him the week off because he had to deal with all the Let's Play Live stuff that went through last week.
Interesting. He didn't know what he was. We thought he was gone. We were like, oh, you're not going to be on it? And he was like, yeah, I don't know why. You should ask Ryan.
I told him.
And then he did this
seemed
with
sad.
his new motorcycle jacket. He popped the collar.
He popped-
And it was like, I'm going to go ride my motorcycle.
Hey.
Yeah, he
At which
seemed
point
sad.
I was super impressed. And he's like, first I need to get a motorcycle. And then it all made a lot more sense.
You know that he was a big fan of the bike that Carrie and Miles broke, but that could be his motorcycle.
And by bicycle.
yeah,
Yes.
bicycle.
The
Yeah.
by
I tried to make
two-wheeled
it cool,
pedaling
like
device.
his bike. Gonna get on his bike.
No, I just thought you might not like a week off. He worked really hard for Let's Play Live. I mean, we just had to show up and stand on stage. He had to do a bunch of organization stuff. So
I think you might be underplaying your role just a tiny bit. But the show went off really great. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, I thought
4
we
hours of
had a great time.
craziness.
Yeah, it was as flawless technically as it could have gone. Really,
Yeah, I was
was
surprised by
shocked
that, actually.
by how well.
Yeah,
it was.
I was too. I was waiting for it like
Yeah,
We have
But
so
it all
little
seemed to
faith
go
in you,
really great.
apparently.
Yeah. Well, we just have so little faith in technology because what we deal with day in, day out
Right.
is
because
technology. It
we
doesn't work.
know technology.
Yeah.
We know better than to trust it.
I would also like to say for anybody that was there, thank you very much. Anybody that wasn't there, some of the stuff that we did is going to show up again later. We're going to actually refilm the heist, and it will be out, I think, next week. We're going to do it. We're going to put it out right in front of the real heists coming out from Rockstar.
Oh.
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe someday.
Scheduled.
Scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that they tried to make that they, like salve the wound. They're like, oh, PC's delayed again, but heists we're gonna schedule them.
Look, we're
They
gonna give it a
they got
date.
schedule now,
We haven't missed a date.
except for all the dates that we missed.
Whoops.
Wow. No, I don't know. I feel like maybe heists are finally gonna actually come out.
How long after they said initially?
Year and a half.
It's like
Yeah.
a week and a half from now. I mean, they
Oh,
can't
no, I
miss it
mean-
by that much. Well,
No,
I
I'm
meant
saying from the original.
yeah.
release
Oh yeah,
date.
yeah. We're way past the mark of the original. Well,
Yeah.
they never gave a date on the original.
right,
They
that was just
said
like
later.
spring.
Yeah.
It's been coming soon for a year and a half.
Yeah.
At some point, it stops being soon, and then they did commit to spring. I started counting down the days. I was like, let's see. I think spring ends on June 20th.
Yeah, you're giving
so
them days.
they have until this point, and we kept pointing to that. And the very last day, they were like, yeah, sometime.
Well, I mean, and they even cut themselves down a little bit before that, and they had a pretty hard release date on PC, which obviously wasn't that hard. And they said it'll be before that. So
Yeah,
that moves
Rockstar.
back,
Yeah.
but at least they gave
What's
us a
up
day.
with it not being that hard?
Oh,
Sometimes it happens. Don't feel bad. Wait, hi. Don't feel bad. Don't feel pressure. You're only going to make it worse for yourself.
or you could just release it.
Just let it all out.
Let it all out.
Let it all.
Exactly.
Be comfortable in your own skin. We've all got flaws.
You know, it's totally fine to patch things too. If you want to put it out there and then release a patch, everybody's doing it.
Here's the thing, though: is do
Yeah.
we want to encourage that kind of behavior?
Well, it's too late. That's already. I mean, I know we have that on here actually to talk about is how Sony's already kind of pulling back on the idea of this day one patch and a huge day one patch where it's multi-gig downloads when you just want to play your game.
Yeah, like congratulations, you got your game. You did the 60 gig install. Here's another 20.
Hey, but before you start, it wasn't quite right. when you
Here's
made
the thing,
disc.
though. That's I'm perfectly happy with it. Sorry, this keeps bothering me. Okay, I'm ready. I'm perfectly happy with the day one patch. If we can avoid, if we can avoid that. If also we can avoid something like Halo: The Master Chief Collection, where it's like 100 days later. I was reading an article this week. 100 days later, still doesn't work.
It sort of works.
I will take a day one patch over a month 4 patch
Yeah.
any day.
Well, I mean,
It's true, but I think Sony's point was that now developers rely on that so much that they put the day one patch in. Even when they say, oh, it's fine, we'll take care of it with the day one patch, that's not enough. It should have just stayed in development. The fact that they feel like they've got that sort of soft landing is just like encourages them to not, they'll just be like, well, it's fine, we'll get it before then. And then they don't.
I mean,
And then we end up with games that are broken months into release.
it's true, and I guess I have a kind of a weird, or several people in this building have sort of a weird perspective on it, because when you're trying to hit a DVD release, it's like, there's so much that you want to do, and if you only had another couple weeks, you could do, but that's the couple weeks that there's a long process, that the back end of the situation, once you print it and say, here's the disc, here's the gold, that they have to print all the materials, they have to print the discs, and apparently that's a long, involved process.
Right. Well, and the rule with production is that whatever your date is, that's as long as it takes.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you have 2 days or 2 weeks. You're going to use that entire period of time. You're going to come up right to the end of the deadline, no matter what. There's no such thing as like, well, we finished early, let's all knock off down to the pub.
Right.
That just does not happen at the end of production on anything.
Don't worry, I wasn't going to add anything. Just right. That's it.
All right.
Switch back.
Meg agrees.
No, it's like, right. And then it switched to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like Sony got a little bit of egg on their face with Drive Club.
oh,
That's still
yeah. And they
still
said
hasn't
now
come to
they're not
PS
even
Plus
sure
yet, right?
it's ever going to come out for PS Plus for free.
Oh. Yeah. So
Their
what
whole-
happened? The whole situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, Drive Club came out and was a wreck. Nothing worked. It was supposed to come out first. They were gonna have the game. There was gonna be like this nice PlayStation Plus thing. It's like, great, you all get this free brand new game. It's amazing. And then they were gonna get the stripped back version, and then the game came out utterly broken. And they said, well, we're gonna fix stuff and then we'll release it later. So now apparently it might not at all.
Yeah, make it free. They're still not confident in the servers that they themselves made the promise from.
So I can see
doesn't work.
Sony
Yeah.
feeling a little bit burned on that. Like if they were told by the developers, no, we'll take care of it in day one patch. And then now Sony's been dealing with this for how many months going, we can't just believe in day one patches anymore.
Well, and that was this Sony, I believe it was Sony UK's CEO who called it an embarrassment.
Oh yeah, that was
yeah.
great.
He came out and said it was an embarrassment.
Was it
for them,
it
So.
Virgo Gara?
Oh, I don't know.
I know, I just really like his
I'm going to
name.
say yes. Yes,
Well,
that
you
is
guys,
accurate.
you guys have the laptops. You can look
That's
it up.
right.
I had a
Can you
laptop,
put in
and
the wireless press?
I
If you saw me over here typing, I was like,
Hold on,
shit,
hold on.
shit,
I really,
shit.
Man, your keyboard's a rainbow. I like.
If
it.
you can open it to the
yeah.
camera too, I'm sure everyone.
You would like to know how to get in our wireless.
Look at Ryan. Ryan, distract them.
Hi. This is me doing a dance.
I was just thinking,
Hourglass.
oh shit.
Flip.
I was just, oh
Done.
good, we're all, this is our day one patch.
Sorry, what were we saying about being prepared for when you're ready to go?
Well, you see, when you need extra time,
Just need 2 more weeks for this patch to come out.
which almost happened. I was literally coming in the door about 10 minutes before this started, just
Oh,
because
I
we
got.
were doing an
oh, it's
offsite
not right.
shoot.
No, Patrick. I was coming up here in 1 minute, and Patrick said, "You're gonna give me a heart attack."
Don't worry, the show will start.
It starts.
Remember that time when it just didn't? Like the lights went on and then we talked, but there was no
There was nothing.
audio.
Oh,
yeah.
that's guest. That's why. Sorry, I'm connecting the wrong network. We have so many here.
Technical difficulties.
So Ryan, what are you playing this week?
Oh, I've been busy. Most recently, what have I been playing?
Okay, well, that was a great
I remembered.
Sam.
I remembered.
I've been so busy. Fuck, what? I'm supposed to think of something.
I'm
then.
everywhere. Homeworld.
Oh, okay. You know
Yeah.
somebody who's gonna want to.
Yeah, someone wants to
chime in on
chime
that.
in on that. We got. So it actually launched officially Tuesday, right?
No, today.
Today.
It launched like just a couple
Today
hours
being
ago.
Wednesday.
Or
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, no, that I thought so too because games normally come out on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays, but this one was February 25th. That's today.
Oh, that's so
Hey.
strange.
It's out. So I mean, but it's fine. Everyone
Uh-huh.
was preloading it on Steam, and it just unlocked, and it's really exciting. We got a preview copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
So over the weekend, I was actually JD, Bernie's oldest, is he really loves space games. He's been playing some game where you're in a cockpit.
I'm gonna guess
FTL?
Elite Dangerous.
Yes,
Damn.
Ryan got it in
Wow.
one.
Nailed it.
He's also like he's into FTL. He plays Kerbal Space Program. He loves all that stuff. So I was like, hey, JD, you should really play.
It was for
now he's
Gara, by the
super
way.
into it. Yes,
Nailed
Virgo
it.
Gara. Nailed it. I just like his name a lot. It's a great name. And so I got him, like I was showing him how to play it over the weekend. He's amazing. I remembered the hotkeys for everything. Like,
Really?
I'm like, so, if you do Control 1, you'll set up Group 1 and then you can get those ships easy.
Does that work for you, by the way?
Control 1?
Yes. I have to do Control Shift 1.
No, Control 1 works for me.
I thought it was weird too. It was
broken.
like Control 1. Huh.
No, I'm pretty
Control
sure.
Shift 1?
I'm pretty sure it just worked for me. But either way, it was great. And I have one issue with it.
Okay.
One issue with the game, and it's actually like it's a minor issue, but I've like thrown so much praise at the game that I feel like I should probably like find at least like one thing where I'm like, look, I know you're not perfect, I love you anyway, but let's talk about how you're fat.
All right, Bernie.
I mean, really chunky.
And that's that. One thing I wish that the collection did is give you the opportunity to switch between remastered and classic, like
on
with
the
like a
fly.
button press,
Like Halo does.
like Halo did with the anniversaries. Like when the Secret of Monkey Island came out, they did the HD versions of those, and you could push a button and go back to the pixel art. It was great because they just gave you that much better perspective on how improved they are. So the fact that you like they have the full game, but it's just in a separate menu item,
Right, yeah,
In
you can play
in
through
the
classic.
remastered collection, so you can play through it and it's great, and you can go in and look at it and go, huh, and then go to remastered and go, ah.
Did the saves transfer? Have you checked that?
I have not checked
I'm not
that.
sure either because I haven't tried to flip to classic mode yet. But I don't know. You might be able to open.
I don't know.
some
I mean,
saves.
I'd be kind of surprised if they do because there are some gameplay changes. Like they added, like I guess like Homeworld 2 as an example didn't have formations, I think. And so they added those because they were in Homeworld 1 and they're now sharing an engine. So some of that stuff might be a little bit weird to transfer saves between classic and remastered.
Yeah. From what I've played with it so far, which I think I'm mission 4 or 5. Yeah, it's interesting how much UI for RTSs has evolved over time. So it definitely feels a little bit dated when you're trying to control things. Because they really
In the
took a
classic
very
versions or the remastered?
well. I've only played the remastered so
Okay.
far. Like most, they pretty much just ported it. There's even been people talking about known issues from the original game that have made it into the remastered version.
I have a funny story about that, but
Okay.
they actually, so the UI in the remastered version is different than both the UI in Homeworld 1 and the UI in Homeworld 2. Partially for scaling because it supports 4K, and if you took like the Homeworld 2 UI and just tried to like stretch it out,
So many pixels,
like,
or so
horrible.
few.
and Homeworld 1 barely had a UI. Everything was pretty much hidden. And you learned hotkeys really fast. I had like the card in the manual to be like, how do I, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. H is to harvest, B is to build, all that sort of stuff. Cause it was just, a lot of it was very hidden, which was nice because it kept you in the game, and there's so much beautiful stuff to look at that, that's what you want to do anyway, but it wasn't user friendly. So they did update it. It's a very different UI than it was for either of the classic versions. It's supposed to be a blend between keep you in the game and kind of let you know like how to do stuff.
Yeah.
But you're saying that you have trouble with it?
It's just, it feels just a little clunky in some respects. Sometimes trying to navigate different places. Well, of course, as I said, I was having something weird where the shortcut as it was set didn't work.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe something's going on with my home computer. I haven't tried it here. I'll try it here after the
I've
patch and
installed it
see
on
if
like
that-
4 different machines here just so that I can have it when I want it.
Yeah, you should. It's great.
On
But
demand.
you and I have a history with that game. So just
Yeah.
people coming into it new may find...
I think it can be intimidating.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
it's
little intimidating.
incredibly intimidating. I had to cover it at PAX because Ashley wasn't there, and she was like, "Go see Homeworld." I'm so excited. So I went, and they were telling me all the things about development, and then I got to actually see all the cutscenes side by side. They had 2 playing it at the same time, which was very impressive. And they're like, "Great, you're gonna get to play a level." And I no. And the developer and I played together, and so he's like, "Okay, I would move. If I were you, I'd move those. Grab all those. Grab all the. Oh, you forgot some ships. Grab some more ships. Okay, now move all them over. Oh, you got a destroyer's going down. Like
I do think
keep
that's
fully.
I do think that's a tough game to skip the tutorial on.
Yeah. Oh, I was literally like a level from the middle of the game, and I was like, he's like, you can just zoom all the way out. Now it looks like you have a whole solar system, and I'm like, I don't
That's
know
the
what it's doing.
space bar.
That's right.
Yeah, I feel like the Homeworld's a game where the difficulty really scales very quickly. So you get through the tutorial and you go, okay, you can do this and this, and then it'll open up additional, ship types and all that sort of stuff. But overall, like you have to like that beginning stuff. If you skip over it, you're like,
Yeah, how do I get
Yeah.
somewhere? And the other thing is, once they open up all those extra ship types, they all usually have their own hotkey ability, like Defender class. There's various things that you all have to know those too. Which I mean, that's not uncommon for an RTS. I mean,
H for
World
Harvest.
of Warcraft did the same thing. I'm sorry, not World of Warcraft. Warcraft 3.
Big nerd.
Which you can, and still in most cases the right click option, like harvest, you don't have to hit harvest. You just right click on the stuff, and
or you can just push the H.
or you can,
and then
push
and then
the
you're like,
H.
yeah, go do your stuff, and then like turn your attention away. But it's a steep learning curve, and it's like it's the first one came out in 1999. This was a point where like they didn't particularly care, I guess, if you finished the game. That was like if you like don't like that's your fault.
Yeah.
And so it scaled. Towards the end, the difficulty of it was off the charts. It was brutal. And I guess they've gone through and they've smoothed a little bit of that out because each level scales, the difficulty scales based on what you enter with.
Oh.
So when you load in a level, it looks at all the ships you have and scales the difficulty accordingly. So there's no way to like over level.
Interesting. Well, I mean, it used to be that was in the original time I played through it, I would always save right before I ended the level because you never knew what you were going to fight in the next level. Sometimes there'd be ships on you immediately.
Oh yeah, I do do that, and you can go back and set up your groups.
Like, okay, oh, I need like 12 more destroyers. I feel like this way it does have a little bit of waiting involved in this game. At least in the first several levels, there have been points where I've completed the task in the area, and it's like, all right, well, those harvesters are going to be going for about another 10 minutes. So.
I can't remember if this was a feature that wasn't introduced until Homeworld 2. Maybe it was in Cataclysm. In my memory, a lot of it blends together, which I feel a little bit bad about, but there you have it. It's been some time. Yeah. Where I think you could actually speed up time.
I feel like that was there too, but maybe I can't remember where that memory comes from.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out together, Ryan. Yeah. It'll be fun.
I think I still have the discs for the original.
I have the boxes somewhere.
I don't know if it would run on anything I own now.
Apparently, it's really difficult.
Pi, maybe.
Yeah. I went to Gearbox and I talked to a whole bunch of the developers, and they were telling me stories about them even trying to get it to run because I guess it was put out by Sierra, and it used there was a single authentication DRM that was put in. That it had to connect to the server. Yeah, that server's long gone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's
like it's all like so. Just trying to connect, people would have to like
somewhere
set up
making a fire in it.
Yeah, so people just to get it to run, people would have to like set up like fake servers to connect to and like cheat like all this sort of stuff. Real nightmare. Luckily, it's on Steam now.
Yeah. I definitely appreciate the nostalgia factor, even though I didn't play it when I was out. A popular example that I like to use is Seventh Guest. They brought it to the iPad, but they kept all the original graphics because it looks like it. Sorry if you redid them. It does. It looks like the original graphics.
No HD remake.
And but I would if there was an HD remake of Seventh Guest in 11th Hour, I would pee my pants. Like that would be amazing. Like I would absolutely.
Who made Seventh Guest? Can you do that? Because
Trilobite, and they came back.
We'll film it.
Yes, I will pee my pants. Trilobite. They came back because they wanted to make Seventh Guest 3. And their Kickstarter, they didn't get fully funded. I think they asked for like $650,000 for a game that came out originally in 1992 or 3. So the nostalgia factor was there, but not $650,000 worth. So they fell short, but I think they are still continuing to work on the game.
There's a lot of those games they're trying to crowdfund where like the nostalgia is like maybe just enough to squeak it over the line. They did was it Amplitude? That Harmonix kickstarted. It was either Amplitude or for a Frequency remake, and that squeezed or did it? Oh. I thought it squeezed over the line right in the last day or two. And same with the guys who made Myst, Cyan World. They kickstarted a spiritual successor called Abduction. It's not like it's like abduction like normal, but it's O at the beginning.
Abduction.
For reasons. Searchability.
See, I'm all about that though. Like nostalgia plays such a huge part for me. And actually Seventh Guest was an incredibly awesome game for its time anyway. So it's not even like it's a bad game that I would want to see remade. It's a really good game.
But your one hope at this point is that the Venn diagram of both developers and people that like pee porn is going to overlap with this particular studio.
I think it overlaps more than you think.
I'm funding it.
Right. See? Backers.
I'm not sure how to take that.
Kickstarter.
In general, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like sometimes HD remakes get a bad rap, like they're cash grabs or they're like, people would rather studios be spending their time making new stuff. I'm really happy about some of these. Like Homeworld is one. When Final Fantasy X got the HD remake, Okami got its HD remake. Still waiting for one for a Psychonauts one. Just putting it out there. I feel like those of us like we can go back and play the games that we remember, and they look like we remember.
Right, because you remember them in your head. We were just talking about this morning. Like it looks so good, and then you go back and look at it, you're like, this look like shit.
my memory's got so much retouching going on.
Exactly, and like you were saying, some of the games you can't even play anymore. So 7th Guest and 11th Hour, you had to have DOS to run them. So I remember when I tried to play 11th Hour, I had Windows XP, which didn't let games access. And so you had to like download a fake DOS prompt to like let the
DOS
CD
box.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, I got to play my game. So, but now the only thing you do is the iPad. So like, come on. Oh, no, it's on Steam now. Ooh, I own it because I got it at a Steam sale. I own 7th Guest and 11th Hour on Steam. And then I went back to buy them in the last Steam sale. And I'd already bought them. Oh, I'm gonna go play them now.
You like high-fived your past
this
self.
is the third time I remembered I have those games. I still haven't played them on PC.
It's the same thing. Like it's like you own it. You want to play it? Nah.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I'm gonna go home and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I do have it.
I just wanted to be able to play it at some point.
Well, look, I mean, an HD remake is only a cash grab if you do it more than once,
That's
right?
true, I
I
guess.
think everybody gets one. You can have one. I mean, how much more HD does it need
Look,
to
in
get?
another
At current
HD.
technology?
in another 10 years, maybe I will disagree
There you
because
go, one a decade. How about that?
one per decade.
One a decade.
Excellent.
A decade.
One. I like the one per decade rule.
Thank you.
It's longer for every man.
But it's nice too because it also gives them a chance to like bring in new fans. Like to this day, Homeworld is, as far as I can tell, one of the best space-based Fleet Command RTSs out there, which admittedly might be a bit of a niche genre, but it's still the best.
The best that starts with an H.
And I like the idea of new people like getting JD into it as an example.
I wonder if they waited too long. Did they miss the window where it would really resonate? Though I imagine there's still a lot of people.
Apparently the window is 10 years.
Yeah, well,
Where they wait a little bit extra.
Well, see, that's almost that's a generation, right? No, how long is a generation?
I think a generation is technically 20 years.
20 years? Okay.
Maybe.
20 years. One per 20 years.
Nope.
No?
Nah.
I guess with the way
Not with
computers
technology.
advance. All right, yeah, that's fair. You got to have it. There's some calculus involved. You
Right.
got to take an integral. Yeah.
The limit does not exist. Anyone? Mean Girls?
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
fine. If Joey were here, he would appreciate me.
Well, I'm going to read this real quick. Crunchyroll was created by fans of anime for fans of anime. It offers the newest and most current episodes straight from Japan. They offer an unlimited collection of the most popular anime series, and it's all professionally subtitled. Go to crunchyroll.com/thepatch and sign up for premium to get a whole month of free anime ad-free. That's a lot of free. I got it, though. Sort of. The world's finest collection of anime on Crunchyroll, free for 30 days with 0 ads. Premium subscribers can stream all shows in beautiful HD quality, 1080p. Shows currently airing in Japan, such as Naruto Shippuden, and the worst part is I'm a big fan of that, and I can't say well. I got it. I'm pretty close.
You should see Blaine try and say Naruto.
I think I got this one.
What did he keep calling it? Like Naruto? Naruto. It sounded like a vampire
Naruto?
thing. Naruto.
Naruto is actually, I think, the proper name. And I think I got this one right. Fairy Tale.
Nailed it.
Got it. Are available to stream to premium Crunchyroll subscribers within an hour of premiering in Japan. With Crunchyroll Premium, watch anime anytime, anywhere. On all your devices, desktop, iPhone, Android, tablet, or your TV through Xbox, PlayStation, Roku, Apple TV, and now Wii U. Remember, go to crunchyroll.com/thepatch and sign up for Premium to get a whole month of free anime, ad-free. The world's finest collection of anime on Crunchyroll. Free for 30 days with 0 ads.
That's awesome. We were actually talking about, speaking of, we were going to talk about Crunchyroll. We're talking about Sword Art Online because you watched that on Crunchyroll.
I did.
So that's how you got into it.
No, well, where did I hear about it first? I think that maybe, see, every now and again I go sit down and I talk to Carrie, and Carrie's like, you should go watch blah. And I go, oh, okay.
They've constantly got that going over in animation.
Yeah.
Blah's really good, though.
Blah is it's a breakout, performance for several people. But yeah, no, I think that was Carrie clued it into me, and then I watched that whole. Well, I haven't watched the whole series yet. I've watched up through I think the 3rd arc, which is Gun Gale Online.
I think the first I ever heard of it is like anytime you mention like Oculus Rift or the treadmill thing.
Omni.
The Omni.
Yeah.
Everyone's just says Sword Art Online. So I had to go look up what Sword Art Online was because I was like, that sounds great.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
like all those things.
Awesome. It's World of Warcraft, but you can never leave.
Which is enough, and you can really die. So there's enough.
You can really die.
there's enough in- I guess to be
You
fair,
can never leave.
there are a fair number of people that have actually died playing World of Warcraft
That's
because
true.
they just stopped
Most of them were
peeing.
infants who were
Right.
neglected.
So
by parents,
remember,
so-
everyone, peeing is important. 7th guest.
Yes. Right.
I literally looked
Nice
at
tie-in.
Thank you.
being a important 7th guest. I bought them on Halloween in 2013, and I still.
What a perfect time to buy that game.
I know. Maybe they were in like a Halloween sale or something. Anyway, yes, Sword Art Online. Also, Puella Magi Madoka Magica is my favorite anime.
Okay,
and
can
it's
you
on
break
Crunchyroll.
that down for me? Puella
Magi
Magi
Madoka
Madoka
Magica.
Puelli Magi Mata Magica.
yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
It
She
wasn't
says
but I'll
it
let
all
you-
the time at full speed, and I always go,
You remind me of the I Love Lucy where she's trying to sell Vitamita Vegemin. Vitamita Vegemin, got it.
But speaking of Steam and its sales, did you see that they passed 125 million users?
Active users.
Active
Which is
users.
an important statistic because I'm sure there's a lot of
Explain the
Steam
difference.
accounts. Well, I think
Difference.
what they're drawing a line between people who have just like created an account and probably own nothing and have done nothing. A lurker, if you will, a Steam lurker,
You mean nothing to Steam.
waiting for that sale that's just gonna suck them all the way in
Waiting for that sale where they can buy games they didn't even know they own.
and just sit on them forever.
It's the ultimate power, right? To have a
Knowing
game be
they
like,
have it, but
I
never
don't even
playing
care
it.
about you.
I just own you. That's all that matters. But so
I'm
yeah,
a little concerned by the power play going on over here.
I presume they're just counting people that are actively using their service. Hopefully not concurrently. But
Nope, pretty sure. And they've got stats on that, and I think they'd passed 8 million concurrents,
which is a good number.
which is slightly, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Slightly below 125 million. But still very impressive.
There's a fraction there. Someone with calculus knowledge could do the math, but I'm trying to work it in there. Calculus is good. Stay in school, kids. That's all I'm saying.
Calculus is cool. Ryan's
You can
agenda
learn-
for today. Calculus is cool.
Calculus is cool. You can integrate differentials. That's a
And
car thing,
You're not
actually.
really
got some-
selling it very well.
You got some
Integration in series.
Got some cosines. What's up?
You want to find the area under a curve? Anybody?
Welcome to the patch.
No? All right. Moving. They use calculus to make video games.
So there are a couple of other great HD remakes that have come out.
Yes.
Or
One
tried to come out.
I'm very intimidated by Majora's Mask.
Michael and Lindsay have been playing it.
Yep, I got it. I got it downloaded and ready to go, and I keep looking at it and going,
Why?
and then going and playing Shovel Knight because
Are you
I'm scared of
intimidated?
it.
Come
I
on.
am. I'm
Why?
intimidated because
Why?
I keep hearing there's a time limit. You got 3 days to save the world. If not, the moon falls into the world.
You should play
That's
the way.
man. That's so much pressure.
You know you can save the game and just go back, right?
Can you?
I don't know.
I mean, the way that a lot of those Zelda games work, right? It's like auto thing, and then it's just like you saved, and now you're going, and I just
Don't worry about it. You're gonna be just fine. Also, Michael
Support
has
group.
I went to Michael and Lindsay's house and they had the manual open. Like the
Oh
Gavin and
yeah,
I
he's
always laugh.
super serious
Yeah,
about
Gavin
it this
and
time.
I don't have a manual. It's a
You'll
digital
have to get
download.
Well, oh no, not like
No.
from the game, like the book.
Yeah, he went and bought like the strategy
The strategy guide,
Yeah.
yes. And
Oh.
Gavin and I always laugh when we go to Best Buy. We're like, who buys this shit anymore? Why do they print these big old strategy guides? Michael does. Michael Jones.
I like them mostly because I like getting art in them.
There you go.
That's
I can
good.
understand
Okay, yeah, art's nice.
I even bought them when they were like the black and white Prima guides that you can't read anything on the page and you have to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
I just use Google. From Lost.
That is also acceptable. Also, there are many people that make these YouTube videos that can be helpful for walkthroughs and occasionally to help you get achievements.
It's true. It's hard to watch
me
and
more,
play
Ryan.
though sometimes.
What
Yeah.
would groups of these people be called?
It's like stuff seekers or something. I don't know.
That should be for not Valentine's Day, for April Fool's Day.
Well,
I guess
or
for
maybe for
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day.
Hey,
Seeking some stuff.
I don't know what this means, but it's both of you are doing it.
Penis.
We were pointing at our dicks.
Oh,
Because you're seeking
I
to
found
stuff
it.
somebody. Okay. We've talked about so much like dick
did.
stuff, you and I.
I know. It keeps coming up.
Does it keep coming up, Ryan? Does it?
Not sure. Yeah.
Man, Gus is gonna be so mad when he watches this.
Hold on. What's some other news that we can redeem ourselves with?
This would be a bad way to transition, but so what have you been playing lately, Meg?
Oh, dicks. I've been playing Towerfall.
Towerfall, really?
Ascension.
Have you been making any more crazy bets with Gav?
Yeah, well, nothing as crazy as our other ones, but
Do we need to have like a recap of your? Okay.
no, that's okay.
Not gonna go into it.
Nobody needs to know. But Dan was in for slow mo guy shooting, and so we love to play Towerfall with Dan because he's terrible. He's not terrible. He's actually pretty good, but he'll get till he needs to kill like 2 more people, and then he'll choke the victory away completely, and he gets so mad. He like throws his controller. I don't even want to play anymore, B. Like he gets so mad.
I like that he calls him B.
B everything in that house when they're together. But they go head to head, and so we play and beat Dan mercilessly. And we always make Dan pay to play. We're like $10 to play, Dan. He's like, oh, we'll play, and then we're like $10. Finally get us $10. But anyway, since
Wait,
he
so
left,
you're giving him money to play?
No, he's giving us $10 to
he's
be allowed to play.
And then he just loses
And then
it
he
all.
just loses it. It's hilarious.
Is it
We
the
should-
$10? Is
we
that the
should
problem? Does that
probably-
make him choke?
Maybe it's just the pressure to get that $10.
We should take him to Vegas.
You just push him in front of the table like, play.
Right.
Give him the money.
I don't want to play.
No, we just want to play against him, but in Vegas.
Oh, can you do that? I thought you always had to lose to the house.
The house.
Oh.
So we start a
all right, fine. So we
casino.
just have to like take him into an alley and just bash.
What? Yeah.
Take all the money.
I think
I
that'd
don't
be
think
great.
I don't know that I would want to get in a fight with Dan. He's not a small guy.
Well, I didn't say
That's
we'd
true.
fight fair.
There's also like diffused bombs and stuff, so he's probably
Yeah.
not afraid of a lot of things.
You'd think that makes me worried though that it's like so bomb okay,
Yeah,
Towerfall for $10.
Too much pressure. So we've been playing, even though he's gone now, and we've played in the
He's
last.
gone now.
He's gone now.
He
We
used
don't
to
talk
defuse
about
bombs. He's gone now.
That story about the alley, it's a true one.
We got the $10.
We got it. Now he's dead.
Turned out it was in pounds, translated to much more money for
Yeah,
us.
like $13.
Nice.
It's probably wrong.
You're close.
Thank you. So we've been playing, and I told Gavin I was so excited for you to ask me what we've been playing lately because we've played the last 2 nights, and we've played 7 games, 7 matches, and he's only won 1.
Oh,
Killed him in it. And I was like, I can't wait to be on the patch to tell everyone how much you suck
to
at Towerfall.
tell the world. I think he did really well in the Let's Play. I don't think I was in it.
We've
but-
gone all the way through on hard and beaten every level. So and we just unlocked a brand new level last night with bolt arrows. It was very exciting.
He definitely kicked my ass in the verses we played in it. He challenged me to that.
We played against Nerdist, but I hadn't played in forever. And
I'd never played it.
She'd never played.
I'm pretty sure I kept either shooting Meg or like I'd shoot an arrow like at myself. I don't even know how
You
that
can do
works,
that.
but I managed it.
Hey,
kill
that's
yourself.
talented.
Yeah.
I mean, that's anybody could shoot somebody else, right?
Right.
I mean, if there's
I was
gravity.
just trying to provide a team handicap because Meg was very good at it.
But I would like to rematch them now that I feel like I'm actually pretty decent at it. I'm like, bring it back on, Nerdist.
I'm gonna need a
crew.
training montage.
You need to lift some meat, fire some arrows in real life.
Dan can
We have a
teach you.
crossbow.
We do?
We do. Yeah, well, Gavin does.
Yeah.
He does a slow-mo thing with a crossbow.
Bar with crossbow. What's up? I can montage the shit out of a crossbow.
Yeah, absolutely. Arrow goes that way.
Yeah,
Away-
please
away
don't
from you.
accidentally shoot yourself
Just
with
to be
a
clear.
crossbow.
It would be challenging, but someone could do it, I'm sure.
We've had a weird thing going on in the house where I haven't been able to play on console for a little while because like all the TVs in the house, Bernie and Teddy have been playing a lot of like Destiny together, but Teddy's moved on, sort of.
Really?
I think I get the feeling that when the House of Wolves expansion comes out, he'll be right back in. But for now, he's actually moved on to Evolve, and we had a weird thing where because like Evolve is it's not really a game for kids, and he's 9, but the main rule is he can't shoot people. So like Destiny's been fine because it's all aliens, and Evolve is fine because he's hunting a monster.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we try and like
That's all right. There's no human-on-human violence in Evolve.
right, like we gotta set some rules and we gotta stick by them.
Unless the monster is
but,
really a mutated human.
I didn't really know this. Teddy ended up telling us that there's some pretty extreme profanity in the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we were like, oh no, we've been letting him play it. He came up, so he wasn't going to be able to play it anymore. And he came up with the most brilliant suggestion I've ever heard. This 9-year-old is way too smart for his own good, but only when it directly benefits him to be so. He switched the language to German.
German?
Because that way he doesn't know what it says anyway.
How can you not, I mean, how can you not recognize curses in German, though?
He's not.
Hey, how do you say fucking German?
Fucking.
Really?
Frickin'?
Flicken?
Frochen?
Scheisse?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said Scheisse immediately, and now I don't know anything else.
Yeah, so I he doesn't know the swear words in German, so it's okay. So now he plays Evolve in German.
I love
A
it.
language where every word kind of sounds like a curse word.
Right,
That's what
and when every word sounds like a curse word, none of them do.
It's true. They just blends in seamlessly.
Right.
And he got the subtitles on too, so he can learn German while he's doing it. It's like Rosetta Stone and video games.
What was the name of that monster?
Which one?
The behemoth,
The one that was under the bed,
the
the one that was
kraken,
in the closet.
No.
It. Stephen King's It.
He teaches you languages. He taught kids languages.
What?
There's a language
What's-
monster?
It's not Fozzie. What the hell's that guy? His name?
Fozzie?
No, that's Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's a very different educational experience.
No, what is that guy's name? Somebody
Wait,
tweeted to me.
There's a language monster?
The commercial used to go, Je suis un je vis. Like, somebody's going to tweet it to me, and I'm going to be like, aha, it's
That'd be
blah,
great.
blah, blah.
That'd be great. Am I remembering that? No, Freddy Fazbear's
Fozzie
Beats.
Bear's
Okay.
is,
That's where I got that.
Fozzie is Muppets.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting Freddy Fazbear's Beats and getting
Faz.
the
I thought
Fuzzy.
we were getting
Fazbears?
Fazbears,
Whatever.
Freeze Bears.
There was a logical mental progression. It was a progression for sure.
His name was Muzzy. Everyone, Muzzy.
Muzzy.
Thank
Muzzy,
you.
okay.
Muzzy the language monster?
Yeah, he would teach kids different languages.
Would he be like, I'm going to eat you? And you're like, learn the language or tell me
He's
no.
not scary. He's like a friend.
Why is he a monster then? Monsters are scary. You don't call it a monster and not have it
Can
be
somebody
scary.
in the control room Google Muzzy and show these fools what he's about?
If it's like fuzzy, then it's a teddy bear. It's not a monster.
He's a friend to everyone who wants you to be worldly.
That is the antithesis
Look
of a
at-
monster.
This is what he looked like.
What the hell is
Yo
that?
soy Muzzy is what it says in the.
Oh, that's like a Monsters Inc. kind of monster. Like scary, not scary.
Oh,
Learn a new language.
Well, you have a
with
problem
Muzzy.
with Monsters Inc. Do you want to go?
monsters are scary. That was their job, to be scary.
Yeah,
but
and
then
then
it was
and then
better
there
to
was
be
Mike
funny.
Wazowski.
They didn't like pop out from the closet and go, learn French.
Mike Wazowski.
That would be really scary to a kid, though, right? Like, "Ooh, more homework. There he is. Look, he's see through too. It's like, be like, look, I'm Muzzy. Although
You were momentarily inside Muzzy.
I was in Muzzy.
It was you all along.
I am Muzzy.
and it would have got
Yo
away
soy
with it
Muzzy.
too if it wasn't for you kids.
Well, how about you, Ashley? What have you been playing? Other than Muzzy, the language
Homeworld.
bear.
Homeworld
Okay.
and
I thought I was going to give you a
Shovel Knight on 3DS.
Shovel Knight. Okay.
It's weird. I've been playing a bunch of that. I'm really bad at it. By the way, I get so
It's
mad.
brutal.
Shoveling Knights.
Yeah, it's hard. But
Well, shoveling is very difficult. I don't know if you've ever professionally shoveled, but there's a lot of heavy lifting involved.
She has. You know what? When I started playing Shovel Knight, I kept destroying the save points because I was like, I don't need this jewels. Because
wait,
you
you
destroy
can
it,
destroy them?
Yeah, if you destroy it, you get a big jewel. But then you can't go back to the save point. Like, you've destroyed your chance of coming back there. So if you die, you got to go back to the one before that.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I didn't destroy them then, because I end up with those save points a lot.
Yeah.
But the big thing is that I left the 3D on all the way up the whole time I've been
You
playing.
wrote it out.
That's crazy.
Any headaches, eye strain,
Nope.
anything? No, good.
Great 3D.
All right.
Like the more I play it with the 3D, the more impressed I am.
And I mean, does it add something? Do you feel to the game? Do you feel more immersed in it?
I mean, no, but
right.
it looks really cool.
Cool works. I mean, that's something to be said for cool. I mean, what is better graphics but just making it look cooler?
It's true, and it's like everything. Just I'll probably want to play it with a couple of different games as well. That's just like the only one I've been playing.
Uh-huh.
And that one lends itself to it very well because it's like it's flat layers because it's all pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try it with I want to try it with Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and Majora's Mask when I like really psych myself up
Something where you
to
can
start it.
more free
the
roaming.
world.
Yeah,
Save the world.
I imagine like the 2D side scrollers aren't really the main beneficiary of that. Though I guess it
Probably
makes
not.
it kind
It
of
looks
like
good
a
with
cool
layers.
separation.
Yeah, so you've got the dude and you've got the layers behind it and layers behind that. It looks really nice.
I'd be curious.
I think it actually like amps up 8-bit really well.
I'd be curious how it handles something with more of a depth, something where you could turn into the screen, you know, a more free roaming kind of setup.
Yeah, we should pull it up with like maybe Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask.
You can do it.
You
You
can
can
do
pull it
it.
up.
Do we need a support group?
Maybe.
I'm sure we
can
can
totally
find
do
one.
it.
Someone hold my hand.
You can. How about we just surround you
I
with all
don't.
the
I
Zelda
don't. I don't want to
amiibos?
destroy the world.
It's your fault. At the end, everyone just looks at you and they're angry. I've also been playing WarioWare Twisted. I broke out my Game Boy SP. I got a new charger for it at Game Over, and I also got the original Cooking Mama. Because I got the new Cooking Mama.
Cooking
I
Mama.
love Cooking Mama.
I played the original
Better than
Cooking Mama.
Mama.
I didn't know there was a new Cooking Mama. Meg told me about it. I haven't played Cooking Mama since DS.
It's fun.
Like
It's
the
really
original
fun.
DS.
So I went and got the original one because it's harder. The original one's harder than the new one. I was like, this isn't hard enough. I need a Cooking Mama
Next
challenge.
level cooking.
Yeah, but I played a WarioWare Twisted, and Gavin had never seen it before, and he won't play it because it's so like twist, turn, like
So
you have to
it's an exercise. I'm not familiar with this game either.
Oh,
Is
it's in my
like,
purse.
Twist it, bop it, hit
it's
it.
So basically they took the technology that would eventually I almost did this and then I did it. They took the technology that would eventually be the Wiimote that you would
Okay.
do this with.
Accelerometer
And,
technology.
Yes, and they put it in the cartridge, and so you can turn and move your Game Boy SP, and that's what the challenges are. So it'll be like, but the way WarioWare works is it's really fast paced, so it'll only give you one word to try and figure. You have to figure out what you're supposed to do and do it before the game ends. And so it'll be like, get out of the way, and then you're like a giant with two legs, and if you tilt, like one of your legs comes up, and there's people, and you have to like not crush them. Like,
Okay.
get out of the way of the people.
Yeah, I do.
really
I do
fun.
like WarioWare's like micro games.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
what they call them, right? They call them micro games,
Right.
Because they're smaller than mini games.
Yeah, I've played a full size version. I forget what platform I played it on. It was a lot of fun.
There was one that came out on Wii U that I wasn't terribly impressed with, but I really liked the original WarioWare.
Yeah, I want to say it was one of the older ones. A friend of mine in college had some platform. I don't even remember.
You
what
can
it was.
try it after the patch. It's in my purse.
I bet I can twist it, shake it, raise it. What else do you have to
Lift
do?
it.
So how do you multiplayer? Do you have to just hand it to the next
it's
person?
yeah,
or?
it's just like until you die and then see what your score is and then
Okay.
hand it to someone else. But he just sits and watches me play it because he's like, no, that's intimidating. Screw that.
I'm gonna read this real quick. Everyone here in the studio loves getting their razors delivered from DollarShaveClub.com. They ship them straight to our doors for a couple dollars a month. I can't imagine shaving without them. I have just one question. Why isn't everyone a DollarShave.club member? You don't need to worry about commitment. DollarShaveClub.com has no contracts. And if you don't want razors for a month or two, they won't send you any, and you don't pay a dime. There's no hidden fees. In fact, there's no fees at all. Just pay for the stuff that you order. They even have free shipping. Get their 4-blade razor and 4 replacement blades sent to your door each month for $6, including shipping. The razors are amazing. If you aren't 100% happy, DollarShaveClub.com will refund your money. No questions asked. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be a member of DollarShaveClub.com, unless you can't say it. Stop hesitating. Go sign up at DollarShaveClub.com/patch right now. You'll be happy you did. That's DollarShaveClub.com/patch.
He just reminded me of South Park, and he's like,
Da, 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 da. Well, speaking of accelerometers, so everybody has a headset now that they're going to show at GDC.
Right.
Every company ever made.
We knew that though. I mean, I assume at this point you're talking about Valve.
Valve and NVIDIA said something too.
well, NVIDIA's in a world of trouble, so they better start impressing people.
They're
right
in a world
now.
of trouble.
Trouble. Yeah, they
Trouble.
have a class action lawsuit.
It's spreading.
God damn it. A class action lawsuit against them right now for false advertisement for their NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 card.
Oh, is this about the 970 versus the 980? We're like,
Well, it's
oops,
like
you didn't need that memory.
It was 4 gigs. They said it's 4 gigs, but actually it's only 3.5, and then the last half just like takes a nosedive performance wise. So they were like, and then they came out today. They got the class action lawsuit I think on Monday, and they came out today and they're like, it's a good design. Here's why. Like we always meant to do that.
Engineering words. Calculus.
Their excuses.
Cosine.
Yes. Their excuse is we forgot to tell marketing that you can't use the last half of a gig.
Look, engineers aren't good at talking to people.
So it's not like a lie of marketing. We just didn't tell them.
Yeah.
It was an omission. A live omission. Oh, I said lie again, didn't I?
Shit.
Yeah, so I mean, that's actually the one where I have the least amount of information about. They just are
Doing something.
But yeah, Valve has been a lot more upfront about what they even tweeted a picture of a potential silhouette for their device.
I think they just showed it. Yeah, we missed it because I was talking about NVIDIA. Sorry, everyone.
But I mean, I'm
there
really
it is.
curious.
No.
That yeah,
It's very purple.
almost not even see it because it is just a silhouette. Yeah.
It's weird. It looks like it's got a thing in the head, and it looks like it's probably got a thing for your face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a headband attached to a screen that goes in front of your eyes.
Thanks for that, Valve.
Somebody's purse is on their side. It's just a purse on the side. You get a free game purse.
They'll have gum and candy and
tissues.
You just hold it up to your face, and you get to see everything inside the purse.
Kids everywhere will be so excited.
But GDC right now, it seems like it's going to explode with VR. Everybody's talking about except for Palmer Luckey, who's like, guys. Again, it's that's Oculus for the past half of a year has been like, whoa. I know we got a product, but let's everybody else slow down.
Right. I like that they're like, we don't like it when all these other developers are like trying to get like half-ass VR to get it out on the market quick because it's just going to make us all look bad. In the meantime, by the way, we've released an Oculus version for Samsung phones. You just put your phone in the face.
Yeah,
they did that at the end of last year, right? So it's like they were getting after all these companies for trying to get their stuff out quick and not doing it right, and then they just put one out anyway.
Yeah, they said they were worried people were gonna overall hurt the image of VR, like they were gonna crash the industry by releasing half-assed merchandise and like warning people, don't do that. And then exactly like you said, they're like, oh, just buy ours though.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's a Samsung Note screen in Oculus anyway, so.
Could be,
sure, go ahead. Just stick your phone on your face.
Well, though they have the new CV1, which you can't get yet. That's the other big speculation. When will that drop? Because hopefully that'll have a better screen than it. The current version that we have here, the DK2, is.
Well, you know what'd be great is if they release it and then do what everyone in the world does and release another model in a year.
Yeah, have a product,
right?
And then sell the product,
right? At some point, and at some point you gotta ship it.
I know, and I suspect...
I understand that we just like spent a ton of time bitching at people about day one patches for not finishing stuff before they ship it. But at some point, you need to say like our product works, we can ship it, and then we'll release another model in a year or two. Everyone does that. How long has Oculus Rift been in development now?
The one thing my guess about the situation is, having played with the DK2 a lot, it works great in a lot of ways. The head tracking, the camera on you, so that you get more range of motion, all that works really well. Once you figure out how to work with your computer and just know that you have to match up refresh rates with whatever you're doing, it's pretty seamless. You can look around. There's not any latency. The screen isn't there yet. It's still too pixely. And I think what they were afraid of when they had no competition, there wasn't a problem. But what they're afraid of to launch the product is it will not be good enough quality, and then people will just be done with VR. I mean, that's happened to VR before, where somebody put a product out there and it was like, it's all right, it's novel, but it's just not what I want. I want a clear, pretty image that moves well, and they've got half of that right now. And if they put it out there at that stage, VR may just die again for another decade.
Well, I mean, I agree that it is a legitimate concern, but I feel like they also leverage it with like, we're taking a really long time, so if everybody else could take a long time, that would be great.
Well, they didn't have any competition, so I feel like they were kind of going into like, you'll get it. Like, here, you can see what we're doing. We're showing it everywhere. Developers are going to make stuff for it. And it sort of worked from the development standpoint. There's a lot of developers that are now including things, including the new Unreal Engine actually has support for a VR preview in it.
Was it 4.7 that just came out?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though.
What's up?
Nice. But now Unreal Engine and Unity both natively can export to Oculus.
Which is great. Mm-hmm. Now that they can export to Oculus, it'd be really great is if there were Oculuses to export to for people.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's true. And the past few months, you start to see those supports expanding to include Samsung,
right,
and whoever else is putting something out.
They need to walk that line between we want to make the best possible product before we put anything out ever, right, and we need to put this out before we're no longer relevant.
I agree. I feel like I have no dog in this fight. VR makes me sick. I wear glasses. Screwed all the way around.
You don't need the glasses.
Great. I guess. It makes me nauseous. I legitimately almost threw up on a cameraman at E3. So.
Well, then how do you feel about the augmented reality versions? Because that's the other thing that's going to be all over this. Yeah, Microsoft and then Cast AR is both in the running there.
You know what? I love future shit. Let me just say that. Like Google Glass, mount that shit on top of my head. Do that. I will wear that in a heartbeat.
This is well, on the screen we've got the Cast AR demo that came out.
I will take
Not
it.
demo. Let me be
I'll
clear.
wear those in the street.
Was a vision
I'm
concept?
sure this is promotional. Yeah, I doubt there's anything there that's.
Give me a fake wall that I can blow up and find Minecraft behind. I will wear that.
If this works even remotely like it's being advertised by both Microsoft and Cast AR, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a fair number of people walking around with that kind of thing on.
Yeah, I was very skeptical of the Microsoft one, partially because it looks so awesome. It's hard to believe that it's like, well, that's not real. I mean, look what they said about about Kinect, and then like the vision for Kinect was super awesome, and then the execution. I liked it, but I totally acknowledge that it's also very flawed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that to happen with this because you're like, oh, it looks so great. I don't want to get overhyped again. But I also heard from a lot of people who tried that demo where they announced it, saying that it worked just like they showed in the video.
It was weirdly overwhelmingly positive.
Right.
What everybody talking about was like, yeah, no, it worked.
Right, like kind of almost Twilight Zone, and I'm like, what's your agenda?
It's like it
And
came with
it's like they don't
Gotta set a password, send somebody in, come back out.
right.
I
Find
feel
out
like
if it's really them.
It's to the point where it almost feels like it came with Kool-Aid and some hypnotic
Yeah,
suggestion. Like, this works great. And then, woo, you get the little spiral eyes when you put it on.
When I see this though, like that guy in the demo just sat down to like a blue screen, he put his glasses on, and there was porn watching is gonna change forever. Nobody's ever gonna get caught watching over because your mom comes in.
They're
blue
they're
screen.
not, but like they're gonna be caught with everything else.
That's true. That I can't help you with. But that is gonna change a lot of teenage lives.
For the worse.
No, what?
Yeah, my kind is never going to have a reason to go after your kind ever again if this works
My
out too
kind
well.
watches porn too, Ryan.
That's
Watch
fine.
yourself.
And vice
Watch
versa,
yourself.
all right? Because especially, I feel like the competition for guys is probably much worse.
That's probably true.
So what you're saying is that if we really go with this augmented reality, it's the end of our species.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
I think there's about 20 Twilight Zones and the new Twilight Zones that all deal with this. We're all just going to be having sex with robots from now on.
I'm in. Sorry, as soon as you mentioned robots, I was like, whatever it is, doesn't matter.
Hey, what's that? Yeah.
We're on.
Yeah, hydraulically powered, you say? All right.
Good Lord.
That sounds.
Need an ice
What do you
pack.
think a robot runs on?
Now I feel uncomfortable.
If it goes, "Meh, meh, meh, meh," I'm good. Nice. Ready to interact. Power it up. What if it has, like, the worst nightmare, though, is what if it has, like, a blue screen in mid-coitus?
You don't. Never mind. You
Video games.
Hey, that is the future of
That
video
is the
games.
future of-
Interactive dramas. Can
They're
you imagine
already our dating sims.
And if you can actually,
Hatchful boyfriend, but with a sex robot?
it comes with the little bird
pigeon
with
robot.
a vagina.
No, God.
Oh wait, no, it's a game for the other sex.
We're in trouble. Gus is never going to let us on the page ever again.
Hey, it's a reality that everybody has to confront. Okay,
At least you know what? If you got to go out, this is the dream, right?
there you go.
Come up with a sex pigeon.
And a visor strapped to your head.
Right.
But hey, there's lots of business applications too, right, guys? Because that's what it'll be used for. Architects having important meetings.
I did see there was a cool thing. You joke, and I'm gonna try to get away with that, but I did see in the concept video for the Microsoft one, and they were showing like basically projecting the surface of Mars from Curiosity, and then like having like
That looked
NASA engineers
cool.
like be able to like take a look around at that. And I was like, that is great. So there legitimately are non-sex related uses for this stuff.
There's a lot. What was that other? And I didn't link it here, and I just came across it I think on Reddit. But it was another thing that Microsoft showed that was again one of those future-looking.
Was
videos.
it the big surface?
Yeah, where like everything was a surface. She had the like the little folded over. It was like a story of a woman who was a kelp scientist getting hired by a company.
Wait,
There was
this
whole
wasn't the
process.
one where Megan Fox played a scientist in some commercial,
No,
was it?
I don't think so. Was it? No, I don't think so.
What did she fold?
It was just
like a folding
it was just,
tablet?
basically, yeah, it was a folded screen, and she brought it in almost like it was a newspaper and set it down and played with it. So
Okay.
it had just
I'm
a
thinking
lot
of
of that
something else.
interaction where it's like people taking things and throwing them up onto this monitor, and
Let me
every
tell you,
window
I
is
wish
now a
that shit
screen.
worked, but I tried to airdrop something to myself sitting at the desk, looking at the Mac I was trying to airdrop to, and still couldn't get it to work yesterday.
Nothing.
So
It is true.
wave
That
it.
I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
Pop
for
it,
the
right
shake
here.
it.
once we get
Tilt.
like the flick
it.
to another device down. That's going to be really great. Everyone's like trying, and you can see like the baby steps, like AirDrop theoretically, and Microsoft has been doing that like with DLNA, like Play 2, other stuff, and it just like I'm like it's great. I can see
the
the
fist
ideas
bump
there.
thing that you can do where you bump and then
Yeah.
you can do things.
But they're
You
just
can
not.
just share photos you're not supposed to share too easily. I do like when things don't work well enough that I have time to be like, no.
Snatch it back. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
I hate to say this. This is going to physically hurt me, but
This
the
is gonna be
company
exciting.
that might be able to achieve that at this point is Apple, because I mean, no one else. The Android standard right now is so wide open to so many different hardware varieties.
Baby, no.
No, it's
He doesn't
I
mean it,
love you
baby,
better,
no.
Windows. I'm sorry. But I mean, just the hardware inconsistencies between the different phones and things like that is going to make it much more challenging than Apple, who is their crazy draconian
can't-
control over
You
devices and
can't
software.
argue with their ecosystem.
It is true, but at the same time, it hasn't helped them that much since you can't AirDrop to yourself.
That's very
There
true,
you
but
go.
it is an exception because
Even
normally
they.
it just works.
Sure, it
That's their
does. Until you
thing.
get the new iOS version on an older device, and then it stops
That's
working.
true. Although we did talk yesterday about how they bury things in iPhoto to make it like impossible for you to pull photos off to like just take to an external hard drive. Apple is a little bit like, hey, it just works. Don't you ever leave me. We'll
Do
make
it my
so
way.
hard.
I control the licenses to everything you love.
Look, Apple is the scariest girlfriend you've ever had.
Oh yeah, she never forgets your number.
That was good. I like that. Should we talk about games?
That's
We have
sort of
3
games.
minutes. Why start now?
Hey, so they're gonna make a new Guitar Hero game, which is good because we broke a few controllers on.
I saw
Let's
that.
Play Live.
I saw that.
That didn't
by the way,
belong to
I was.
us.
I was
You
going to
guys
say. I was.
sent an email that was like, we have rock band stuff. We really appreciate it.
I was standing next to someone who was like, "Oh, I guess I need a new Rock Band controller."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're so sorry.
Also,
gonna-
that was the
we'll get
plan
you a
all
new one.
along too.
'Cause
So
it's coming back. It was
to
the
be
plan all
you.
along. It went way longer into the song.
I know.
What happened was, and there are videos of this up, but at one point the Michael's controller disconnected, and so he beat the living shit out of the Guitar Hero controller he was
What,
using.
Michael? No.
I know, hard to believe. And then Ray kind of followed it up, but Ray
Yeah.
just like put it on the ground and jumped up and down.
I like that Ray helped Millie destroy a Guitar Hero
He did.
controller. He was like bracing it so she could jump on it. Like no, sweetie, here you go. Here's how you destroy a guitar.
But now we
It's-
can
I'm
replace
training
it
wheels, right?
Because it's coming back. And I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where it's like, okay, Guitar Hero's back. Everybody take it easy.
wait, is it Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
I think it's Rock Band.
Rock Band, right?
I'm
Is it?
pretty sure. I thought Harmonix made the announcement. I'm pretty sure it's
Grace?
Rock Band.
Yeah,
Well,
I
then
know
maybe
that.
but
We
they-
covered last
but-
week them being like, "Oh, interesting.
What?
It is Guitar Hero."
Are
but
they
Rock
both
Band
coming
may
back?
also be coming back because I covered it on
We
the
played
No
Rock
last
Band.
week. Yeah, you guys played
That
Rock
maybe
Band.
that's the.
No, but I reported on a new Rock Band last week, and Harmonix's.
Maybe they're both.
Here's the
press
big question
manager-
though.
Yeah.
Are we ready for this? I mean,
Yes, I'm so ready.
But here's like, remember they went from 0 to like 120, stayed there for about a year, and then went back to 0. There was almost no time between we're having a great time and the genre is done. There is no such thing anymore.
But they've learned a lesson, maybe.
Which
also,
is?
you know, what?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Back up and tell us the lesson that Activision may have learned from this.
I just feel like, and maybe I'm alone in this, I really miss going to parties and getting drunk and then being like, we should bring out Guitar Hero.
Yeah, but
Because
it's not
that
like those have gone
amazing.
away.
And that never happens anymore, and it makes me sad.
I'm sure there's a replacement. Like we should bring out Mario Party.
Yeah, but it's like, how am I going to get my Bon Jovi out if there's no Rock Band to
Play
be
it
played?
in the background.
No.
Or we could all
No.
we could all get really, really crazy and learn instruments.
Hey,
Or
I
languages with Muzzy the monster.
Thank you. I do play an instrument
it's-
by
it's
living
like-
on a prayer on flute.
It's like, all right, you guys, I'm feeling like a little bit drunk. Who wants to learn French?
Je t'aime. Is that a word? Is that close?
Did you say
Je t'aime?
Je
je
t'aime.
t'aime?
Je
It means I
m'appelle
love you.
Really?
Je t'aime means I love you.
No.
Oh,
I
Ryan.
know cute things. I'm glad I never tried to use that in conversation.
I know. Also, does anybody want to learn
like,
French?
walk up to
Sounds
someone
like
and
a
go,
creepy
Je
pickup line.
t'aime.
Like, kind of drunk.
Oui,
You want to
oui,
learn
oui.
French?
That does sound like a pickup
Weird
line, right?
pickup line.
Let me show you my French skills.
Tongues.
Actually, and by the way, before we too badly mislabel all this, so it says here that Harmonix said that they release new content for Rock Band. Guitar Hero is not confirmed.
Okay.
Kotaku UK reported on that.
Okay, I think the Rock Band thing was there was a whole series of tweets, and Meg, you're the one who actually reported on this,
Yes.
but I listened closely. That there was a whole series of tweets between Harmonix and some dude who was like, "Don't throw away your instruments," and they were like, "Oh, you,"
Yeah,
Or break them.
which is practically
A
an
lot.
announcement.
It was the publicist for Rock Band for Harmonix told Dave Oshry, who's the CEO of Gunner, don't throw away your Rock Band peripherals anytime soon at GDC or at DICE. And Dave tweeted that, and Rock Band's official Twitter tweeted back to Dave and said, "Damn it, Nick," and then tweeted out and then updated the store for the first time in 2 years with new tracks. And 2 of the tracks were like Rise of the Phoenix and like about things coming back. So. And then they said in their quote, they reached out for an official quote. It was like, "We always loved the games, and we've always said we wanted to come back, and hundreds of thousands of people are still playing it, and we would love to come back when the time is right." So it sounds like it is, just don't know when.
And also because,
right.
I don't know, maybe possibly Fantasia didn't quite do as well as I hoped.
Well, nobody wants to do this. Maybe just not me. Just wasn't into the weird Mickey Mouse stance. I think we hit time.
So
Yeah,
we'll
we
see.
did.
Well, we shall see. Looking forward to it if
So,
they
there
do.
you
But
go.
also, what I don't want to see if they do come back is a new game every 3 months. And by the way, here's the additional $300 you can spend if you don't want to get bored.
Or that's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be a deluge of songs that are just, it's like, hey, we've been off the air for a while. Let's play all the hits.
Right.
I love the band specific ones too, like Guitar Hero, Aerosmith, and let's get
Guitar
all
Hero,
those.
the Beatles was a rock,
Yeah,
band,
but
rock
now-
band
Rock Band
Beatles.
Beatles.
You realize now it's going to be like Guitar Hero Taylor Swift.
That'd be so horrible.
You do realize that didn't dissuade us at all, right?
No?
Great.
To the
No?
contrary,
All
now
right.
now I'm on board.
Thank you. SingStar Taylor
I
Swift
just
would be more
sold
appropriate.
your game for you. There you go.
Taylor Swift.
Is that a song she sings? Taylor Swift.
It's a song that
She comes into every room. She sings that song.
And if I was Taylor Swift, I would too. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the patch today. Tune in Monday. Well, actually, let's start Thursday with On the Spot, and then Monday for our regular RT podcast. And is there anything else?
we got the
do?
Know It All on Friday.
Know It All on Friday.
And
Bernie's
then
lurking. What
Hi,
up,
Bernie.
Nope.
Bernie
He's
be
slowly backing
creeping.
away.
Anyway, we'll see you next week.
And other stuff.
Game on.